Good morning everyone. I am Swain from class 10. Today I am going to give a presentation on topic. Let me give you a simple hint to identify the topic. I am going to talk about a very delicate organ of human body, which is the second most complex organ of our human body. Yes, I think you guessed it. Today I am going to give a presentation on topic human eye and the colorful world. Let me give you the introduction what I am going to give in the presentation. First I will give presentation on structure of human eye. As human eye is a very complex organ, thus its structure is also very complex. So let's start it from the structure of human eye. When someone asks you what is the structure of human eye, then you will make diagrams like that. This is the eye, but this is only the 1/6 part of our whole eye. So what is inside the eye? Let's discuss. First part, the outermost part which is just bulged outside is the cornea. It is in convex shape. While this is in this shape, we can also say it is in dome shape. So what is the reason behind this shape? To get more light, to reflect more light. After the light reflected from there is a liquid which is present between after cornea. This is called aqueous humor. In cornea, in the human body, cornea is the only part where there is no supply of oxygen and blood. The cornea is the only part of human body where there is no supply of oxygen and blood, because cornea get its oxygen from the environment directly, but oxygen is not sufficient for it. So where the cornea got its nutrition? By the help of this aqueous humor. By the help of this aqueous humor, cornea get its nutrition, minerals, whatever is needed to that portion. After this, there is a part which is called iris. What is the main function of that iris? Iris, the light which is absorbed by that cornea is then again reflected by that iris. Iris is of different color in different people because of genetic. If someone's parents is having black iris, then the child is also having that. After that, in the iris, there is a black colored part that is called the pupil. So why it is black in color? Because the light which is refracted by the iris, after that it will move through the pupil, and the light that moves through the pupil is reflected by the pupil. It again which is not coming back again. That is the reason why the pupil is black in color, because it absorbs all the light which passes through this. After that, a lens is placed just behind the pupil, which we call crystalline lens. It is a convex lens. So, convex lens. Actually, it is called biconvex lens because it is made up of two convex lenses. First this, and again it is called biconvex lens. The lens reflects the light coming from outside the eye and make an image of that particular object. There are two muscles which are present at the end of that lens. What is the function of that muscles and what they are called? They are called ciliary muscles. What is the function of these ciliary muscles? These ciliary muscles help the lens to change its shape, and our eye has a special features that it can change its focal length. In other lenses, you have studied that the focal length is not changeable, it's constant. But our eye has a special power to change its focal length according to the situations. After that, there is a space between this portion is, but this is not empty. This is filled with a liquid which is called vitreous humor. What is the function of that vitreous humor? Is to give a shape to our eye. You know the eye is of almost spherical in shape. So to maintain this shape, there is a liquid present that is called vitreous humor. After vitreous humor, the most important part of our human eye is, portion is called retina, where the image is formed. After image formation, the image with the help of electrical signal will convert into electrical signal. The image will convert into electrical signal. And then passes through the optical nerve. This is the optical nerve. When image formed in the retina, by the sensors, it will convert into electrical signals and then it will pass through the optical nerve. And this optical nerve is connected to the brain. Thus, our brain will interpret the image of the object. Now, we will learn how the image is formed in the retina. Let's suppose this is the lens of our eye. This is the object. It is a tree. The line will cross, the rays will cross parallel and then it gets refracted. So the image is forming in the retina here and the image will form inverted. That means the image of the tree will form like this. One more thing, when the image is forming here, then how our eye recognize that what is the color of that particular object? So at the walls of the retina, there are some sensors which are present in the walls of the retina. The sensors are of two types. First one is rod and second one is cones. In human eye, there are approximately 12 million rods and there are approximately 7 million cones. In rods, they present two main colors. It means rods will recognize two colors. They are black and the second one is white. And they will, after combining with both, they will recognize 30 shades of grey. After that, cones. What cones will recognize? They will recognize three colors. They are red, green and blue. After that, after the combination of green, blue and red, they will further recognize approximately 10 million more colors. Now, where the rods helps us to recognize the color? When we are in a place where there is not much of light, it means in dim light or at night. Such, for example, the animals which found their prey at night, for example owl, they are having more rods in their eyes because they have to go outside, they have to find their prey at night, and at night we are not able to see the colors such like red, green, blue and other colors. We are only seeing black color. That helps them to find their prey easily. That's why those who are living in a dark area, when we are in dark room, these rods helps us recognize the color, and cones help in bright light. So these are the functions of sensors. When the image is formed here, these sensors will recognize which color is it. After that, the image is laterally inverted in the retina. But for example, I am taking the example of this pen. I am looking this pen, it is erect. It means that the image forming in my eye, in the retina, it is just like this. But the question arises, why I am seeing the objects erected, as in my retina the object is laterally inverted. So when the image forms here, it will convert it into electrical signals and it will pass through the optical nerve to the brain. When it passes the electrical signal, the image will form like this only, because our brain knows that the image is like this. So our brain will interpret the image as erected image and will know how the image is, that is erect. So in our next video, we will see the accommodation of power in human eye.